I personally don't like to see guys take punishment, especially at the latter part of their career, because again, a piece of you is always left when you step out of that ring. Every time you go into the ring, you're not the same person that comes out the ring. I don't care who you are.
This camera. If Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather gets made, it does more than Terence Crawford Canelo on Netflix.
Oh, wow.
Clip that.
He pulled out a good, I don't know if he interviewed Floyd or it's just his imagination, but it's something that has people talking about, so it's going to be a great fight.
Leonard Ellerbe has cautioned Mayweather against stepping back into the ring with Manny Pacquiao. He reminded that boxing is a ruthless sport, where a single punch can alter a fighter's entire future. Ellerbe stressed that in the twilight of career, it's wiser to avoid risky bouts, focus on securing financial stability, and safeguard long-term health. In his view, once a fighter's legacy is cemented, there's no reason to gamble it all again. Veterans, he argues, should enjoy the rewards they've earned rather than chase dangerous challenges.
Do what's best for him. If he feels as though the time is now to walk away, but I personally don't like to see guys take punishment, especially at the latter part of their career, because again, a piece of you is always left when you step out of that ring. Every time you go into the ring, you're not the same person that comes out the ring. I don't care who you are. And boxing is a brutal, brutal sport. And all it takes is, one punch here, and again, your whole life is completely changed. And the key is to get in this sport and to become successful, meaning fight the best guys that are out there, and then make a lot of money, and then be able to go out and do whatever it is you want to do. Obviously, with being in a position to take care of your family, that's what it's all about.
In a rare public remark, Mayweather's son made it clear he's against the idea of his father returning to face Manny Pacquiao in a rematch. Without naming Manny directly, his words reflected deep concern for his father's well-being. He believes Floyd has already achieved everything in the sport, leaving nothing left to prove. His advice to avoid the fight comes from a place of care, not competition, highlighting how the families of retired champions often value their loved ones held above any legacy.
I don't know. You gotta ask him.
Hey, brother, would you like one question?
No.
Can I ask one question? Hey, brother, can I ask one question? Can I ask
everybody's older.
Can you put another shrimp on the boat?
Manny Pacquiao has boldly stated he's ready for anyone, Mayweather included, if the opportunity presents itself. He challenged Floyd to sign the contract if he's serious about coming out of retirement. Pacquiao's message leaves no doubt. He's confident, prepared, and sees unfinished business between them. This call-out captures the mindset of a fighter who trusts in his abilities and wants a second chance to settle the score. With recent performances proving he still has the spark, Manny isn't sitting back. He's throwing down the gauntlet.
They're out, and maybe you guys get a rematch right here in this same building. Do you feel like that this version of you beats the version of Floyd Mayweather that exists today?
It's hard to talk about the fighter who retired already. If he comes out and go sign the contract and we'll fight. I mean, let's fight again if he wants. I have no problem with that. I'm active now. I don't pick my opponent. I don't, I fight them all.
Pacquiao's recent interviews and social media posts leave no doubt. He wants another shot at Mayweather. He firmly believes he can win the rematch and rewrite history. His confidence comes from his recent performances, especially in the Barrios fight. Manny is fueled by the idea of unfinished business, seeing a second meeting as a chance to correct the past and strengthen his legacy. His tone has shifted from hopeful to determined, signaling that he's not just talking, he's ready.
But can you see a scenario where, obviously, Floyd, who's held the WBC titles many over his career, maybe gets tempted out of retirement for a Manny Pacquiao rematch?
What do you say?
I say he doesn't need to fight again, but I also would definitely come and watch. So I'm sort of like,
You'll come and watch. We have to see what happens Saturday, first of all. Of course, Floyd is legendary, just as Manny. There's no issue there. But you cannot skip. There's Barrios before, and Lance is a great journalist. I think he pulled out a good. I don't know if he interviewed Floyd or it's just his imagination, but it's something that has people talking about. So it's going to be a great fight.
Boxing analyst Chris Algieri offered a balanced and insightful take on the rematch buzz. He noted that while the fight isn't a certainty, it's far from impossible. Algieri pointed out how Manny Pacquiao's recent showing against Mario Barrios has reignited fan interest. He emphasized that despite the constant chatter, it's Pacquiao who ultimately controls the path to this rematch. With his conditioning, hunger, and willingness, Manny might just tempt Mayweather into one last battle. Algieri's words add weight to what many already believe is inevitable.
Here.
Oh my goodness. Tell me about that fight a little bit. Being in there with Floyd being in there with you, like what was the experience like being there in the ring fighting him finally?
It's good, but despite all those things, but then after the fight, right after the fight, I went to the hospital and got operated. My
Yeah, you got an operation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you posted a picture of.
It really hurt.
Was he better or worse than you thought he was?
No, that's his style. Like I knew it, but the thing is, I review. I'm expecting that I won the fight because he didn't throw a lot of punches. I throw a lot of punches. And I reviewed the compy box, like slow motion from first round to 12 rounds. Like how many punches get connected and how many punches of him he connected. You know, that's boxing.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining or making, just it happened that way.
Yeah.
It happened to me many times.
Did you want a rematch with Floyd?
I'm still active. It's up to him if he's going to fight.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Oh my goodness.
Even here.
Yeah, that fire never dies, man.
My right hand is complete.
It could pave the way for a blockbuster rematch with Mayweather. The financial stakes are astronomical, with projections topping $1 billion in revenue. Now that Pacquiao has completed the Barrios fight, fans are shouting louder than ever for it to happen. With both fighters' legendary histories and enormous global fan bases, the bout has the potential to eclipse even recent mega fights in worldwide appeal and financial draw.
Coming back,
And that's what I wanted to touch on. Do you think that this now warrants Floyd Mayweather with his competitive spirit and attitude to come back and maybe try to one-up Manny Pacquiao by beating him again?
that wouldn't surprise me at all because I know how Floyd is when it comes to, seeing other people doing their thing. He's like, that's, so I think that's a really good possibility of happening. But again, that's going to come down to Floyd and Manny. I think they're both in the driver's seat. Floyd's always in the driver's seat, Hey, sir, how are you, man?
Former champion Sean Porter sees it differently. In his view, the chapter between Mayweather and Pacquiao closed in 2015 and should stay that way. Porter warns a fight could turn into a nostalgic spectacle rather than a true contest. He believes newer fighters with more to prove could deliver better entertainment. For him, both legends deserve to be celebrated for their past achievements, not pressured into another high-stakes bout that risks tarnishing their legacies.
Manny Pacquiao 2 is in talks to happen next if Pacquiao beats Mario Barrios, and Mayweather is expected to be ringside for Pacquiao's fight on Saturday night. And according to reports, the rematch could be the first ever fight to generate over $1 billion, and that would lure Mayweather out of retirement. Now, I definitely saw this coming. Manny's coming out of retirement after 4 years, of course because he's passionate about the sport, and Barrios is a world champion, so it's a legacy fight. But there's bigger name opponents Manny can fight, and the biggest of them all is definitely Floyd Mayweather. I mean, their first fight generated 4.6 million pay-per-view buys, did over $600 million in revenue, including pay-per-views and ticket sales and sponsorships. And even though the fight didn't live up to expectations, it could still be a massive fight. 2 to 3 million pay-per-views right now. Or you could put it on Netflix and hundreds of millions of people would watch it worldwide. So if Manny can pull off the upset against Mario Barrios and become WBC champion on Saturday, don't be shocked if these two's negotiations really start to heat up and then the fight gets made shortly after.
Online debates have intensified, with fans dissecting the careers of both icons. A major talking point is Pacquiao's unmatched feat of winning titles in 8 weight divisions. That achievement alone fuels the belief he could still hold the edge in a rematch. Fans weigh legacy, recent form, and stylistic matchups to predict the outcome. Manny's history of taking on elite opponents across divisions only strengthens the argument that he's still capable of facing anyone, including Mayweather.
We've seen Manny on the end of bad decisions before. Timothy Bradley, excuse me. Jeff Horn fight, you know. Shout out to Tim. I know how you feel about that. Family. But this is what he's got to deal with. You can't go through a camp, do what you just did right there. We saw all the heart, everything that we've always seen from Manny, and this is the result. Shout out to Mario. He made the fight difficult just from being a big guy who is a better boxer than I realized, came to the ring with a true game plan to try to box and be patient, find openings and things of that nature. I don't think that Mario did enough to win. I don't think he did enough for a draw. I think that there was a lot more that he could have done. But the main thing is the style that he chose to box was actually a good style to use against Manny Pacquiao. They were saying that they were going to come right to the middle of the ring, and they did. But they came to the middle of the ring, and then they circled, they moved, they worked behind the jab. Not enough jabs, not enough of everything for Mario, you know. So I really don't agree with the draw. All that said, y'all know I got to say the rest. Y'all know I got to say the rest.
Well,
one more?
Should Manny fight younger guys still? Like, should he fight a Tank? Should he fight a Rolly? Or should he rematch Floyd?
I don't think y'all want to see him with Floyd. Do y'all? I don't know. I'm feeling like the world, because it's Manny Pacquiao, it makes sense for it to be Floyd Mayweather. But I don't know. I thought yesterday you were poking the bear.
NFL player Cam Bynum has joined the chorus praising Pacquiao's recent form. For him, it's not about the opponent. It's about Manny's presence in the ring. Whether it's Mayweather or a rising star, Bynum just wants to see Pacquiao compete again. He spoke of Manny's energy and passion, which have reignited excitement among fans. It's proof that one strong performance can shift public demand. Pacquiao doesn't need a revenge storyline. He only needs a stage to show he's still got it.
Greater than Manny Pacquiao. I always get this question. If you know me, you know my answer. Floyd is not greater than Pacquiao, and Pacquiao has him beat by a really good margin, in my opinion. Let's talk about it. If your argument is Floyd beat Pacquiao, throw it out the window. Every single boxer in history has lost damn near. That's like saying Buster Douglas is greater than Mike Tyson. If your argument is Manny lost in his career and Floyd didn't, I would disagree with that type of logic, but if that's the case, you got to put all the undefeated fighters at the top. Bud, Inoue, Usyk, Kazagi, all those guys should be in your top 5. I like Floyd. I like Floyd a little bit more than Manny. I'm not going to lie. Manny's a bit chaotic at times. I don't like that. I like sweet, smooth-looking boxing. But let's speak objectively here. If we're talking about in terms of career, whose career will be more harder to replicate, is going to be Manny Pacquiao, and it's by a really good margin. Now, Floyd's most impressive feats, you look at him, he's a, 5-division champion. He's beaten 23 world champions. He's been in how many title fights? You know, Floyd has an amazing career. And I'm not saying that it can be done. It probably will never be done again. But I could see somebody doing that before they do what Manny did. And that's why I have Manny as the greatest boxer of all time. Just not based off ability. When you look at the guys that Manny beat, the reason why he got the 2000s Fighter of the Decade over Floyd Mayweather, the reason why he got Fighter of the Year 3 years in a row, almost 4 years in a row. Yes, Manny lost. Manny fought more world champions than Floyd, though. We don't speak on that. Then you get into the 8 weight division. These are only the 8 he won titles in. Manny Pacquiao fought through, I want to say, 10 or 11 different weight divisions. If you want to speak on the lineal titles, I want to say he holds the most lineals of all time with like 5 or 6. Youngest lineal flyweight, oldest welterweight champion. It's insane. That the youngest lineal fly is also the oldest welterweight champion. I like Floyd. Floyd's my number 2 all time. This isn't a diss to Floyd, but Manny, I believe objectively, is the greatest fighter above Ali, above Floyd, above Duran, above Leonard, above everybody. I think he has a career that is absolutely impossible to replicate. When Floyd was picking on guys like Andre Berto and Conor McGregor, Manny Pacquiao beat the undefeated young active champion and Keith Thurman to join the pound for pound at 40 years of age while being a senator. He's the greatest boxer of all time.
The buzz around a second Mayweather versus Pacquiao showdown is growing fast. Many insiders say it's the most likely legacy fight to actually happen, even ahead of mega bouts like Canelo versus Crawford. This rivalry carries more history, deeper emotion, and unmatched global intrigue. It's not just a fight. It's a worldwide event. For years, fans have debated who stalled negotiations first. Records suggest Mayweather backed out twice, Pacquiao once, adding fuel to the blame game. That lingering drama, combined with a desire for closure, is what keeps the call for a rematch alive. One last battle to finally settle the score.
What did you see? How did you see the fight?
All right, so obviously I'm a Manny fan, but I'm going to try and keep it non-biased as possible. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Both had moments, but I think overall Manny did more. I think his punches were more effective, more active. So even on top of that, just the ability for him to go the 12 rounds and do what he was able to do, but be more active every single round. I feel like Barrios picked it up the last few rounds, but I still don't believe that was enough. Manny started fast and he sustained pretty much, kind of let his foot off the gas towards the end, but I still thought, in my opinion, it was enough to win the fight to where I don't see how even the one judge got the decision towards Barrios.
Manny told me he thought he won 8-4, even if it's 7-5. But the draw was surprising. At least they didn't rob him. But
yeah.
Do you want to see a rematch? Do you see Mayweather? Do you want to see Rolly? I mean, Manny told me he likes the Rolly fight, I think.
I just want to see Manny. I want to see him in the ring. It doesn't matter who, because I know whoever he fights, it'll be an exciting fight. Obviously, the Floyd one will be big, and that, blow up the whole boxing world again. But I just think overall, I want to see Manny in the ring, and I think anybody who has signed a contract with Manny knows what they're going into, and isn't going to be one of those boring fights where they're running. It's going to be, combative, and they're going to be standing in the middle of the ring and fight. And I think, especially like what Manny was saying, he took 2 months for this fight. He has a little more. He's going to look even better. Regardless of the
4
win or
years
loss,
off, 46
exactly,
years
regardless
old.
Of the win
He
or
looked
loss,
amazing. He
I was
didn't
just
lose.
proud of the way that he went out there. Yeah, he didn't lose.
It's a draw.
And he fought really well. It was clean. There was nothing. It was just clean. It was a clean fight. But kudos to Barrios for keeping him, keeping it close.
Respect, he's a champion.
When Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather finally met in 2015, it was billed as the fight of the century, but it fell short of the hype. Fans expected a war, but got a cautious, defensive chess match instead. Analysts and viewers voiced disappointment, with Roy Jones Jr. even saying Floyd shouldn't take too much pride in that win. The bout left no sense of closure for those who had waited years for it. Now, a rematch offers not only redemption, but the chance to deliver the thrilling fight fans were promised the first time, rewriting the final chapter of their storied rivalry.
Floyd Mayweather fought running in their fight, which was meant to be the fight of the century, and kind of flopped in most people's eyes. This is according to Boxing Kingdom. He said Floyd Mayweather was running for the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight. How is that even possible? I feel sorry for the fans because the fight was boring. That's not what the fans expect from us. If I am a fan, of course, I want to see a good fight and not a fashion show. Now I get it, Manny Pacquiao lost the biggest fight of his career. He lost a fight that may have put him in conversation for the best boxer of all time. And I want to know your opinions on whether Floyd Mayweather did run for the entirety of that fight. In my opinion though, Floyd Mayweather did not run in that fight. He fought tactically, he fought very, very clever. He counterpunched Manny Pacquiao. It wasn't like a Devin Haney performance where he was skating around the outside of the ring. You could see that there was bouts in that fight where Floyd Mayweather was setting up counter punches and landing combinations himself. I think Manny Pacquiao is just a little bit hurt that he lost the biggest fight of his career, really. But there's no excuses there. Manny Pacquiao could have adapted his game. Floyd Mayweather was too defensive. Manny Pacquiao could have overwhelmed him with barrages of punches. The problem is that Manny Pacquiao wasn't able to do that because Floyd Mayweather was too clever and his counter-punching was too good on the night that Manny Pacquiao would likely have been knocked out if he put more pressure on than he already did. But let me know your opinions on the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight. Did Floyd Mayweather run around for the entirety of the fight, or was it just very, very poor planning and a poor game plan from Manny Pacquiao? Let me know in the comments. As always, a like, favourite, saving, and share, all appreciated. And for more boxing content, hit the follow button. Peace out.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates. Until next time,